Investment Academy has started to teach the viewers the important concept to understand the field of investments. Today our topic is absolute advantage. In this video we will try to elaborate absolute advantage. Please stay with us till end of the video.
What is absolute advantage? Absolute advantage is the ability of an individual, company, region, or country to produce a greater quantity of a good or service with the same quantity of inputs per unit of time, or to produce the same quantity of a good or service per unit of time, or to produce the same quantity of a good or service per unit of time using a lesser quantity of inputs than its competitors. Absolute advantage can be accomplished by creating the good or service at a lower absolute cost per unit using a smaller number of inputs, or more efficient process. Countries with an absolute advantage can decide to specialize in producing and selling a specific good or service and use the generated funds to purchase goods and services from other countries. The concept of absolute advantage was developed by 18th-century economist Adam Smith in his book The Wealth of Nations to show how countries can gain from trade by specializing in producing and exporting the goods that they can produce more efficiently than other countries. Smith argued that specializing in the products that they each have an absolute advantage in and then trading the products can make all countries better off, as long as they each have at least one product for which they hold an absolute advantage over other nations. Absolute advantage explains why it makes sense for individuals, businesses, and countries to trade with each other. Since each has advantages in producing certain goods and services, both entities can benefit from the exchange. This mutual gain from trade forms the basis of Smith's argument that specialization, the division of labor, and subsequent trade lead to an overall increase in prosperity from which all can benefit. This, Smith believed, was the root source of the eponymous wealth of nations. Absolute advantage versus comparative advantage. Absolute advantage can be contrasted to comparative advantage, which is when a producer has a lower opportunity cost to produce a good or service than another producer. An opportunity cost is the potential benefits an individual, investor, or business misses out on when choosing one alternative over another. Absolute advantage leads to unambiguous gains from specialization in trade only in cases where each producer has an absolute advantage in producing some good. If a producer lacks any absolute advantage, then Adam Smith's argument would not necessarily apply. However, the producer and its trading partners might still be able to realize gains from trade if they can specialize based on their respective comparative advantages instead. Example of absolute advantage. Consider two hypothetical countries, Atlantica and Krasnovia, with equivalent populations and resource endowments, with each producing two products, guns and bacon. Each year, Atlantica can produce either 12 guns or 6 slabs of bacon, while Krasnovia can produce either 6 guns or 12 slabs of bacon. Each country needs a minimum of 4 guns and 4 slabs of bacon to survive. In a state of autarky, producing solely on their own for their own needs, Atlantica can spend 1/3 of the year making guns and 2/3 of the year making bacon, for a total of 4 guns and 4 slabs of bacon. Krasnovia can spend 1/3 of the year making bacon and 2/3 making guns to produce the same, 4 guns and 4 slabs of bacon. This leaves each country at the brink of survival, with barely enough guns and bacon to go around. However, note that Atlantica has an absolute advantage in producing guns and Krasnovia has an absolute advantage in producing bacon.
Thank you for your attention to this video. Please feedback us by commenting this video for improvement of content. Don't remember to like and share this video to your ideal one.